This is STAAR guided practice numbers 46 through 48. Before you start on number 46, I just want to point out a couple of things. Number one, if you're not showing the work on the guided side, I'm not going to grade the independent side. So if all you're doing is circling letters for the guided side, you're going to get a 0. It's that simple. I know what work should be there because I'm telling you what to write for each question. So if you're not doing that, don't expect me to even look at the independent side. Number two, if you're not showing any work on the independent side, it's going to be wrong as well. And if you have me for a regular math class, don't forget this is a major grade. So please don't be lazy and just do what you're supposed to do. One last thing to keep in mind is that the STAAR packet is going to be due on Friday. So since you can't take it out of the classroom, if you need to come to tutoring to finish it, or if you have any questions, please make sure you do it, because whatever you don't finish, I don't have any other choice but to count wrong. Number 46 says, a coin collection contains the same number of nickels as dimes. 3 times the value of the nickels, decreased by 90 cents, is the same value of the dimes. How many nickels or dimes X are in the collection? Okay. I had to read this question like 3 or 4 times before I could understand what it was asking for. So if you're reading a question and you don't understand what it's asking in the beginning, don't be afraid to read it 3 or 4 times before you understand what's going on. All right, now that I know what's going on, the first thing you want to do is, or the first thing I decided we should do is look at the answer choices. You have A is 20. So I'm going to do a strategy that's called guess and check. I'm going to guess that it's 20, and I'm going to check to see if it's right. You have 20 coins, and if I say those are nickels, I'm going to multiply that by 5 cents. And that gives me $1. Then the question says it's 3 times that value. So from there, I need to multiply $1 times 3. Of course, that gives me $3. And then it says it's decreased by 90 cents. So from there, I have to subtract 90 cents. That gives me $2.10. Okay. And then it's saying that the value of $2.10 is going to be the same value as if I had 20 dimes. So now I'm going to multiply that by 20 times 10 cents. 20 times 10 cents gives me $2. So the question is, are these two values equal? Are they the same? Obviously they're not, so A would not be your answer. Let's do the same thing to B. You're going to multiply 8 coins times 5 cents, which gives you 40 cents. Then we'll multiply that times 3, which gives you $1.20. And then lastly, we'll subtract or decrease it by 90 cents, which gives us 30 cents. Okay, now we need to see if that equals the 8 coins times the dimes, which is, of course, 10 cents of value. 8 times 10 gives me 80 cents. So do they equal? Of course they don't. 30 cents is not 80 cents. So B is not your answer. C, I'm going to multiply the 19 coins times 5 cents, gives me 95 cents. Multiply that by 3, gives me $2.85. And then subtract the 90 cents, and that gives me $1.95. Okay, we want to see if that equals the 19 coins times 10 cents. And that gives us $1.90. So it's real close, but no cigar. It still doesn't equal. Obviously, the answer has to be D, but let's go ahead and check it to make sure. Make sure you write all this down. You have 18 coins times 5 cents, gives you 90 cents. Multiply that by 3, gives you $2.70. Subtract the 90 cents, and it gives you $1.80. Then you want to multiply the 18 times the 10 cents, which, what do you know, gives you $1.80 as well. And voila, you found your answer. For number 46, the independent practice side, go ahead and flip the paper over. Instead of that question, go ahead and mark that question out. What I want you to do is tell me in your own words why B, which was 8 coins, just tell me why it's not the answer. I want you to tell me in words, though. Don't show me the work. Tell me in actual words why B is not your answer. Number 47 says, look at the points plotted on the grids below. Which graph does not, N-O-T, not represent a linear relationship between the between the variables, sorry. I'm hoping they have a question that is this easy on the STAAR test, because linear relationship, we all know, just means that the graph is going to make a straight line. All right, let's look at F. Connect the dots. Does it make a straight line? What do you know? Yes, it does. So F, of course, is linear. Now do the same thing with G. Connect the dots, and what do you know? Again, makes a straight line. Therefore, it is linear. Do the same thing with H, and even though it is a negative slope, it's still linear, or makes a straight line, so it is linear. And then you look at I, which, by the way, they boo-booed and made it another H, so go ahead and change it to I. If you connect the dots there, as you can see, it's not a straight line, therefore it's not linear. It's actually half a parabola, and if you continued, it's going to look like this, which again is called a parabola, but we don't teach that in the 8th grade. I'll let your algebra teachers teach you that next year. For 8th grade STAAR purposes, all you need to know is that it is definitely not linear. Number 48 says, which of the following are not the side lengths of a right triangle? Remember, in order for it to be a right triangle, it must fit the a squared plus b squared is going to equal c squared. So just check all of them and see which one does not equal. So you'll do 27 times 27 first. Should give you 729. Then do 120 times 120, which gives you 14,400. Then you're going to multiply 123 times 123. That'll give you 15,129. All right, so multiply these two together to see if it gives you the 15,129. And it does, so therefore it shows that these are right triangles. Let's look at B. Go ahead and square the 20, the 99, and the 101. Then you just want to add these two to see if it gives you this answer right here. It does, so that is a right triangle. Let's look at C. You have 8 squared plus 12 squared equals. Be careful with the square root of 208. You may want to find the answer to that first. Now, the square root of 208 is going to be the same thing as saying something squared. So either way, you could, whichever way you want to do it, it's fine. It actually comes out to a really big number as a decimal, so you may have wanted just to keep it as a square root of 208, but either way. All right, go ahead and multiply 8 times 8, 12 times 12, and then that big old number times itself, which is going to give you 208, or at least it should. Okay, so you should get 208, or more specifically the square root of 208, because it's irrational, which means it's going to go on forever and ever. But it does equal. Okay, so obviously our answer has to be D, but let's go ahead and check to make sure. You square 27 times 27 gives you 729. 38 times 38 gives you 1444. 46 times 46 gives you 2,116. And then when you add 729 plus 1,444 should give you 2,173, which obviously does not equal 2,116. That's why your answer is D.